Money Moments on 4, sponsored by Gregory Riggs & Associates, the Total Wealth Authority.
In today's Money Moment, if elected president, Kamala Harris wants to give a $6,000 tax credit to parents of newborns. So here's what you need to know. Vice President Kamala Harris is starting to unveil her economic plan, which we've seen a bit of over the past week, including a proposal to provide $6,000 tax credit for parents of newborns, as well as bringing back the pandemic era expanded child tax credit. Now, the more generous tax credit, according to Harris, could lift millions of children out of poverty and aid middle-class families with the cost of raising children. But it could also come with a hefty price tag, according to the Nonpartisan Tax Foundation, which pegs the 10-year cost, just 10 years, at $1.6 trillion. So which parents would get $6,000? Harris is proposing that families with newborns would receive $6,000 of that tax credit, and it would be structured so that they would receive the tax credit if they're within their child's first year. So we're looking ahead to 2025. Now, would Harris's plan have an economic impact? Of course it would. The plan would have a minimal impact on GDP, according to the Tax Foundation. However, both the Democratic and Republican plans to boost the CTC, the child tax credit, could have another economic impact by creating inflationary spending. And also, would other parents get a bigger child tax credit? So when we're thinking about other parents here, yes, that's the answer, as Harris is proposing to bring back the expanded CTC for all other eligible families as well. The expanded child tax credit, effective in 2021, boosted the benefits to $3,600 for children under 6 years old and to $3,000 for children who were older than 6. So she's hoping to bring all of that back. And while Harris didn't disclose eligibility guidelines for her proposal, both the current and expanded version of CTC includes income thresholds. In the current tax year, the CTC phases out for single filers earning over $200,000 and married couples with more than $400,000 in income. Now, Republican Vice Presidential nominee J.D. Vance has also said he wants to boost the child tax credit. He's saying to $5,000. Vance suggests that he'd like to see the CTC expanded without an income limit. The current CTC stands at $2,000 per eligible child. All right, let's switch gears here. Yesterday, we told you about a woman in Lafourche who lost $31,000 to scammers online. And of course, we don't want that to happen to anyone else, especially our own family members. Online scams targeting individuals age 60 and older, often called elder fraud, have been exploding in the past few years, causing more than $3.4 billion in losses last year alone. That's up from $1.7 billion in 2021 and $835 million in 2019. That's all according to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center. Now, they did a study. A study was done by agingparents.com. They found many people over 65 are beginning to lose their financial judgment, along with losing their short-term memory. Now, if they still seem like they're able to do their regular things in life, most of us aren't concerned, but we need to pay attention to finances. Both can be early warning signs of dementia as well. At the early stages of these changes in the brain, as I mentioned, not a lot of people seem worried. So what can you do? Of course, this is a touchy topic. The best way, though, experts say, to fight this type of fraud is to educate yourself. First, as a family member of an elder person, read the FBI's report about elder targeting exploitation tactics so that you can pass that information on, maybe just in a conversation with your loved one. Educate and warn your loved one. That's the next step. What you know, pass it on to them. And also pay attention to what they're doing with their money. Maybe get involved. Maybe when they go to the bank, tag along. Of course, just, if they give that okay. If you or someone you know has been a victim of elder fraud, help is standing by at the National Elder Fraud Hotline. So they have a specific hotline just for this, 833-372-8311. That's your Money Moment on this Thursday morning.